Levi Whitney here with Uphill Cinema. Today we're going to talk about the 2020 gear trends I'm looking forward to for this upcoming year, and let's dive right into it. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It helps a lot. If you don't know by now, I'm a big note taker, so I got my Moleskine and my Parker pen, and let's dive into these notes. Number one, Red 6K. Just a couple weeks ago, maybe even less, Red just announced a firmware update to their Dragon X 5K camera. What that firmware update did was it unlocked 6K to the camera. So essentially you just got a brand new camera because that camera's been out for over a year, and boom, now you have 6K, more resolution, more to play with in post. And so what do I mean by I'm looking forward to that? Red, if you're listening, I hope that you guys do this to the Gemini, because the Gemini is one of my favorite cameras. I absolutely love that camera because it's so versatile. So I hope Red does that firmware update on the Red Gemini, giving us 6K from that amazing camera. Speaking of firmware updates, number two, firmware. I'm looking forward to this because there's so much you can do nowadays with just a simple firmware update that completely changes your experience with the product. So whether that's a light, a camera, a monitor, your NLE, your color grading software, whatever, a simple firmware update can completely change that experience. And I think we'll see that trend even more in 2020. You'll see more companies releasing firmware updates. Some of them may be paid, some of them may not be paid, but I'm looking forward to that, and I think that'll be a trend. Number three, the Red Komodo camera. This camera is gonna sell like hotcakes. I already know it is. It's got R3D codec in there, so absolutely, a proven codec, and it just works. Now the camera is small, it's going to be under $10,000. It's weather sealed, it's a brand new sensor. They've never used the sensor before. It uses CFast cards, it uses the cheap Sony NP batteries. It's going to have the Canon RF mount, so you're going to be able to use a lot of different lenses. And I think they're going to sell a lot of it, and I know that I'll probably pick one up because I think it's going to be a great backup camera or travel camera. I guarantee this camera is going to be a very successful camera for Red. Another thing that I feel like is going to happen is kind of what happened with the Arri Alexa Mini, where Arri came out with that camera to be a B camera, but then it turned into an A camera. And I guarantee this is going to happen with the Komodo, where Red is going to target this camera for specific needs, but accessory companies are going to build cages and rods and support for it, and it's going to become a very successful A camera for a lot of people. Speaking of cameras, number four, the Sony A7S Mark III. Now, A7S Mark III is going to be a successful camera because it's taken so long and Sony has really taken their time developing the camera. It's supposed to have 10-bit internal. Is it going to have HDMI raw out to compete with Nikon? I think it better. If they want to be on the top of the mirrorless video game, they're going to probably have to do that. It'll be 12-bit raw. Supposed to have a fan to keep the sensor cool, but is it going to be 6K? Is it not going to be? But this is a camera that I know a lot of people are looking forward to in 2020, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. So number five is monitors. Now, filmmaking and technology kind of just go together. And if you follow the tech industry, you'll notice that, Apple comes out with their new monitor, and the filmmakers are the ones, and photographers are the ones that are benefiting probably the most from that monitor. And so with that monitor being such an amazing monitor at a very competitive price, may not seem like it, but it really is. I'm assuming that we're going to see monitors that are very good at color reproduction and at lower prices. And so I'm looking forward to see what OC does with monitors, and Small HD and Atomos, what they do with their monitors. Atomos has an entire professional line of monitors, but I really haven't seen them yet. And so I'm excited to see what monitors do. Flanders Scientific, what they do. I think amazing monitors at a lower price point will be a trend for this upcoming year. Number 6 is kind of a twofer. So DJI versus Freefly. I'm excited to see what they both come out with. So NAB will probably be a big thing in cine gear. for both of these companies. Now DJI, they already have so many things that have been kind of leaked and teased. Freefly, they keep their mouths pretty hush-hush. Just a couple days ago, a patent from DJI came out of kind of like an off-road ground gimbal stabilization system. DJI also has the Inspire 3. I feel like that should be updated relatively soon, and they also have the Phantom 5, which has had tons of leaked photos on a Phantom style body, but with a micro four thirds interchangeable lens camera on there. So yeah, this competition between DJI and Freefly, I look forward to it, and we'll see what happens. Number 7, anamorphic lenses. I think we're gonna see a lot more anamorphic lenses at a lower price point. There's been several anamorphic companies that have made lenses at a cheaper price point in 2019, but I think we're gonna see more of them. Number 8 is wireless transmitters. I think we're gonna see more wireless transmitters that have SDI and HDMI at a lower price point as well, because Hollyland, they're the only ones that really have a good affordable system that has HDMI and SDI. Well, as others tried to compete with that price point, but also you may think, well, they don't have that credibility like Teradek. Well, Teradek has a system that's at a cheaper price point too. So as the year goes on, I think we're gonna see more wireless solutions that involve phones and integrating Wi-Fi into the systems, and maybe even put that into the cameras. I also think wireless will have just modules that connect to the camera, connect to the monitor, that allow wireless transmission through your monitor or camera. One thing I think we're gonna see a lot more in 2020 is artificial intelligence in our software, maybe in our cameras, I don't know, but mostly in our software. So I have permanently switched all my videos to DaVinci Resolve, and I'm gonna do a video about why I love DaVinci Resolve. And one of the things that's amazing in DaVinci is their AI engine, their neural engine, and how it works. It's incredible, and they're at the beginning stages, and it's very, very good. That's something I think we're gonna see. I think more software companies are gonna utilize AI. I just feel like the fact that my phone can put filters on my face and track my face on my phone, I feel like that is something that could be integrated and really utilized in our software, and I think we're gonna see that more. And number 10 is more indie films. I think a big trend right now, and we'll continue to see this a ton in this upcoming year, is because we have all these streaming services. You have Disney Plus, we have Apple, we have Amazon, we have Netflix, we have HBO, we have all these, you know, these streaming services. I think we're gonna see a lot more indie content out on these streaming services, which is great because this gives all of us more opportunities to, you know, make it and get our content out there and tell the stories that we want to tell. So yeah, those are the 2020 gear and trends I'm looking forward to. There's tons in this list. I mean, I'm really looking forward to a bunch of different filters. So Schneider, I love Schneider optics. Have always treated me well, but yet they also just seem to have the products that I like. What do you guys think are going to be the trends of 2020, and what do you look forward to in 2020 in upcoming gear? I know that, you know, it's not always about the gear, but it is a little bit about the gear at the same time. So I appreciate everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and I appreciate everything. Thanks, guys. Bye.